Welcome in, Rams fans, to this week's Rams Roundup. It's the first edition with the men's basketball team. They open their season this weekend down in Texas. Drew Casey for WFUV Sports with head coach in his first year for Fordham men's basketball, Jeff Neubauer. Coach, let's get right into it. It's been an exciting offseason since you've taken the job. What has it been like coaching these guys here in the early preseason?
I think the best word to describe it is fun. I mean, it's really been a fun group. So, obviously we have our challenges. We have things we need to get better at. It's a huge challenge that we've taken on. But we've got the right type of guys in our program. Our locker room is full of guys with personality and great character. And so it's really been fun to work with them. And we're just trying to improve. And I think our team has had a great mentality about that throughout the 7 months I've been here in New York.
Let's take a look at the offense specifically as we lead into this game against Texas Arlington on Saturday. What type of offense can we expect to see from seeing a little bit of what you did at Eastern Kentucky and some of the early season practice? It seems like an aggressive, moving the ball, lots of players involved.
I think the right phrase is we play the right way. And so I've used that quite a bit here since I've been at Fordham, but I think that does describe us. We're unselfish, and we're trying to share the ball. We want everyone to be involved. Now, the thing that's been a challenge for me is learning how to use our post players. We do have some very effective guys in the post, meaning Ryan Rooms, Chris Zengfelder. I, as a coach, we haven't thrown the ball in the post in about 6 or 7 years. So I've had to learn a lot about post feeding, about how to get post position. So not only are we trying to be a very effective perimeter team, but we want to take advantage of our big bodies inside.
You're looking now maybe the defense, perhaps. It also seems like it's going to be a very aggressive style. Looks like there's going to be a lot of man-to-man. Rodney Crawford seems to be working with the defense very much so, one of the assistants that you have in your staff. What can we expect from the defensive effort from the Rams this year?
Our assistant, Rodney Crawford, is a terrific defensive coach, and he's going to be a head coach very soon. Our style is going to be interesting to see because we want to be aggressive. We want to be the most aggressive team in the half court in Division I basketball. With that being said, the rules have changed this year, and so we have to be aware of how the referees are calling games, and we're going to learn about that. That's what these early games are about, learning so that once we get to the Atlantic 10 schedule, we'll be ready to compete at a very high level.
It certainly seems like the players that you have here, many of which were here before you even had the job, have bought into this new style of play here at Fordham. Who are some of the leaders on this team that have emerged as we head into the opener?
Our group has been fun to coach, as I've mentioned, and it's led by the seniors. So Ryan Rooms especially is really improving. And so what we're going to see from Ryan Rooms this week is going to be completely different in 2 months and 3 months. He really continues to make strides. Mandell is a super player. He has been fun to coach. He's a quiet personality, but Mandell Thomas is one of our leaders. And then the third senior is Ryan Canty, and those guys as a unit understand this is their final go-around. They don't get another chance. And so they've really had a great attitude and a great mentality every day in practice.
At your introductory press conference, you were asked if there is a... At your introductory press conference, you were asked if there was a 5-year plan that you had. You said, no, there's not. There's a 1-year plan. Now it seems like you've refined that to a 50 or 60-day plan. What does that all mean to you?
Yeah, I think we're down to about 44 days at this point, meaning until Christmas, we have 44 days, which includes 11 basketball games. And so we can't think ahead to the Atlantic 10 schedule. We're going to get to that part of the season soon enough. What we have to do is take advantage of these first 44 days of the season, improve every day. We don't share all of our goals, but the one goal that we are willing to talk about is we expect to be the most improved team in the country. And so that's a big test.
You look at the 44-day plan. Let's turn it into a plan up until Saturday. What's one thing that you guys need to do, the Fordham Rams, to be successful and start 1-0 against the University of Texas Arlington?
Well, it always starts with defense. There's absolutely no question about that. And so our guys have learned a lot about how to guard man-to-man. I'm proud of what they've done. I'm proud of the effort that they have given. Not only is there effort, but the eagerness to learn has been terrific. All right, with all that being said, I have no idea where we are. I don't know where we are compared to the rest of the college basketball world. Our team does have the right mindset, and that's very important.
Coach, thanks so much, and best of luck on Saturday. We'll see you out there.
Thank you, Drew.
That's head coach Jeff Neubauer with the Fordham Rams. Mandell Thomas coming up next on this edition of the Rams Roundup with the men's basketball team. Second segment of the Rams Roundup with the men's basketball team. Drew Casey for WFUV Sports, now joined by senior guard Mandell Thomas. Mandell, let's get right into it because we're heading into the first game of the season against the University of Texas Arlington on Saturday. The biggest change is a new head coach. Jeff Neubauer is the new head coach. What has the experience been like learning under him and him coaching up you guys?
It's been fun. You know, it's a lot of new stuff, so it takes time to get adapted to it, but it's been fun. He brings a lot of energy to practice, so it's been fun.
Jeff Neubauer, from what I've seen, is a very active, hands-on coach. If something doesn't go right, he'll get right in there and defend on the next possession in practice. Is that something that really connects with you guys, that very active, hands-on approach?
Yeah, I think it's something we need. You know, we ain't really had that in the past. Him getting out there, it's a little funny sometimes, but it's good for us. You know, he leads by example, and we follow his lead.
You look at the offense. Of course, you said there's been a lot of changes. Maybe what's been the biggest challenge offensively to sort of adjust to this new style of, move the ball as quickly as possible, get the best shot? Is there anything majorly different that's been a challenge on offense to adjust to?
For me, no, I don't believe so. But the biggest adjustment is learning all the new plays we have. It's a lot of different variations of sets we got, different play calls, offense and defensively wise. So I think that's the most we got to get adjusted to.
You're a big-time defensive guy, honored on the conference preseason team defensively, tops in steals last year in the conference. Defensively, has anything changed from your perspective? Seems like it's going to be very aggressive.
Oh, yeah, it'll be a lot more aggressive. Last year, I averaged about 2 steals. We didn't play as aggressive. So this year, we all up in the defenders, a lot of full court, pressure. So I think I should excel in this defense. There's a lot more pressure.
Look at the first game on Saturday against the University of Texas Arlington. What do you think the biggest thing you guys need to do in order to be successful and put yourself in the best position to go 1-0?
Just come out, be comfortable. We've been preparing this since summertime, so we go out there, do what we taught. I think we'll be fine.
Mandell, you excited for the opener?
Definitely. My last one, so got to get it right.
Thanks so much, Mandell, and best of luck on Saturday. We'll see you out there.
Thank you.
Well, that'll do it for this week's edition of the Rams Roundup with the men's basketball team. Special thanks to Jeff Neubauer and Mandell Thomas and all that helped coordinate this for Fordham Athletics and WFUV Sports. The season opener, that's the focus. When is it? Saturday night, 8:30 Eastern Time in Texas, 7:30 Central Time, as the Rams battle the University of Texas at Arlington. How do you tune in? Well, you can go to FordhamSports.com and find the links there. Be sure to go to WFUV 90.7 FM or WFUVSports.org for pregame coverage starting at 8:25 Eastern Time, 7:25 Central Time. It's an exciting time, Fordham men's basketball fans. It's a new era. Join us on Saturday and tune in next week.